Happy day and good afternoon to each and every one of you here today. I see some ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to your Guam Congress building and many of God's blessings to all of us here. Joining me here this afternoon is Senator Jesse Lahan. I'm Vice Speaker Tina Munoz Barnes. And on behalf of Senator Amanda Shelton, our legislative secretary, she literally extends her apologies for not being here this afternoon. She wanted to be here, but because of family matters, she asked me to cover, and I said I'd be honored and humbled as the former oversight many, many moons ago, or decades ago, being a former oversight chair, and literally seeing Parks and Recs and being a part of Parks and Recs as an athlete, as a volunteer, as a player. It gives me a great honor to present two action items this afternoon. One is the celebration of the Department of Parks and Rec's 49 years, and then to take care of our park police officers for what they've done. So with that being said, thank you again. I'd ask that our director and deputy director join us up here. I promise I won't put you on the spot. I'll put Angel on the spot, but come on up here. And we'll do the official presentation. And ladies and gentlemen, there's a special guest here, and I really want to acknowledge him besides the park police that's here, because he literally is a mascot in our island of Guam, always making sure that everything is safe and in order, and making sure that he brings out the awareness of to the kids of what the Department of Parks and Recs does, what the park police does, what the police department does, and as far as just bringing awareness out. So can we give a hand to Mr. Paw Patrol here? Chase. Mr. Chase, so thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, the first resolution, or let me do this. Half a day again, and good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here today as we celebrate the accomplishments of our hard-working staff and members of the Department of Parks and Recreation and the park police officers. I want to share with you that the people of Guam have a long and rich relationship with the land of the island, as our culture and values are rooted in nature and provide a sacred connection to our ancestors. Our land has been used for communal and ritual purposes, and it has shaped the ideals that the people of Guam still honor today. Now, the Department of Parks and Recreation recognizes that heritage through the preservation of our many historic sites, going beyond just the preservation of our island's unique cultural heritage. For 49 years, the Department of Parks and Recreation has provided many services to our community and is committed to improving the quality of life for our residents and our visitors by promoting healthy lifestyles, strengthening families, and maintaining our parks and natural areas. So for this reason, on behalf of the Legislative Secretary, Senator Amanda Shelton, I would personally like to present resolution number 557-37 COR relative to recognizing the Department of Parks and Recreation on its 49th year anniversary and commending the Department of Parks and Recreation for the invaluable services that they have provided to the people of Guam. Mr. Director and Deputy Director, on behalf of your leadership and the staff, and I see a lot of the park police here, I just want to say congratulations. I know earlier we talked about the criticalness and the importance of why Department of Parks and Recreation is important, but also the need for the resources and the commitment for those who are coming into the new administration, that we hope that we can find the needed resources and what we have today, that we can continue to advocate for you, because You have over, I want to say, still 78 parks, if I'm not mistaken, and then some, but all the different historic sites, the different parks, the leagues that you have to do, the just being able to maintain the athletic facilities. We just want to extend our own Masi. So please accept this resolution 557-37 CR on behalf of the 37th Guam Legislature, more importantly, Legislative Secretary Senator Shelton, who literally committed to this resolution as your oversight to share in your 49th year together. So, ladies and gentlemen, can we please give Department of Parks and Recs a round of applause? I know we have another presentation with the Park Police, but I really want the director to say a few words, especially because as he continues to take care of all the parks on our island and what we have to a lot of the facilities, it's worthwhile that the people of Guam know what you guys need and what you guys have to go through. I remember not even a decade and a half ago, you had almost 400 employees, and now I don't even think you have 50. So, with the exception of the Park Police, because we just got that reinvigorated and re-synergized. So, Mr. Director.
Thank you, Madam Vice Speaker and Senator Primo Jesse Lujan. I'd also like to thank, of course, our Oversight Chair, Senator and Legislative Secretary, Senator Amanda Shelton, for introducing this resolution. It's our 49th anniversary. Many of the officers here, even the deputy, doesn't even know that actually when I was still very young back then, my first job actually when we had the Summer Youth Employment Program was the Department of Parks and Recreation. And I still remember that office there, the Recreation Center is what they called it. And we were there, and a bunch of us were there, line the fields, work the fields, and do the programs. We had ping pong right in front of us and all that. But to go, those were the days. But of course, Parks and Recreation has blossomed, has bloomed, has become probably one of the most important agencies in the government of Guam today, because we are responsible, like our Vice Speaker said, for many, many parks and historical areas. And if it wasn't for their support, we wouldn't be where we are today. And we'd also like to thank Governor Lulian Guerrero and Lieutenant Governor Josh Tenorio for always thinking of how we can make DPR become even more better. 400 employees to now down to just a handful, but the results of DPR do not diminish. In fact, we have done more with less. We have produced more with less, and we are continuing to do what we can to provide the people of Guam beautiful parks, recreational facilities, and not only that, as today will show, a safe environment in all of these facilities. I'd also like to commend, as you will be here shortly, our Park Police. They're the newest division in our department, but they have grown exponentially from the time we graduated them to where we are today. Even though it's maybe 4 or 5 plus more, but those 4 or 5 plus more really bring in a lot of help. Our conference room, as I mentioned before, over at DPR's office has become a training room. We have almost all the law enforcement agencies that now look upon our Park Police with the guidance of Chief Joey Charlahi and Colonel Ozzie, and of course all the staff, in providing them also assistance in law enforcement. I have heard nothing but good things about the way DPR uh, is working today, providing for the community. I have heard nothing but good about the way our park police um, have been conducting themselves and providing assistance not just to the Guam police but every other law enforcement on Guam. And I've also heard nothing but good in the way we try to go back and fix whatever is not fixed in our parks. And today, you will find that almost every recreational facility is being used, whether it's uh, basketball, baseball, uh, what is it? Softball, badminton, tennis, volleyball, and even with all of this, we continue to get other islands and other countries to come to Guam and have their sports here, where we are a big contributor actually to sports tourism on our island. So with this and with the acknowledgement that DPR is celebrating its 49th anniversary, um, maybe the deputy can come together and appoint somebody to make the 50th anniversary the biggest year for the Department of Parks and Recreation. And of course, I'm sure with Chief Joey's help and Colonel Ozzie that you can make that happen, as well as with our Parks Administrator, John Tidegui, and our Recreation Administrator, Will Stinnett. And we can't forget, even though they're sometimes out of sight, out of mind, our Guam Historic Preservation Office. So it's also a very important part of our department. Uh, our SHPO, Patrick Lohan, and all his staff. So from myself to all of you, certainly to all the staff of the Department of Parks and Recreation, no matter what division you work in, our administrative division too is works like what do you call it? They don't need me and they don't need the deputy. They know what to do to make things get going. Of course, we commend Mel and her staff there for always doing the hard work and taking care of us and making everything easy for the deputy and I. And before I hand it over to him, I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank Deputy Warren Pelletier. Without him, maybe my work would be harder. But because of him, my work is very easy because he makes sure he's on top of everything. And we meet every morning, and he always asks me, "Boss, what is it that I have to do today?" I said, "You just keep doing what you're doing, and I won't have to tell you what you need to do." But he's a very effective deputy director, and you all know that he works well with all of you as well. And so, Vice Speaker, soon to be, I don't know what you're going to chair, Senator-elect Lujan, and of course, to our oversight chair, Senator Amanda Shelton, Undunkunas Jesus Masi, for recognizing us and for, above all things, believing in the Department of Parks and Recreation. Undunkunas Jesus Masi. That's correct. For the first time in, I don't know when, since PICA's best started, the Department of Parks and Recreation is the best Gulf Guam agency,
Right on.
according to PICA. And it also has the best beach, which is Ipao.
Thank you.
And we just had our Halloween festival celebrated for our kids and for people of Guam a couple of weeks ago. First time it's come back in over 15 years. And we won't let it out of the bag, but we are doing something, right, Chief, for Thanksgiving, and we're doing something for Christmas for our people. So be on the lookout for it. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Mr. Director and Mr. Director Angel Sablan and Deputy Director Warren Pelletier, and literally sharing your perspective on where Department of Parks and Recs is when we started and how many employees we had to where we at now, and trying to re-synergize that. And one thing that this August body did, the legislature before us, and I want to thank some folks with the late Senator Pete Otolahi, who was really a good mentor as it relates to law enforcement and literally making sure that our island and our parks and our beaches and our facilities were safe. Senator Terlahi was very instrumental in helping out a lot and also helping with the resources. But one that comes to mind was this program that was re-synergized to help Parks and Recs bring back. And I say bring back because I've been in government for over 42 years, and I want to say bring back the cycle of park police and make sure that they're out there taking care of our parks and facilities. So we do have a certificate that was sponsored by Legislative Secretary Amanda, of course myself as the Vice Speaker, and Senator Jesse, and it's certificate of recognition presented to the named individual park police officer to commend you for your commitment to ensuring the safety and well-being of the community of Guam. The Committee on Rules of Imina 37 na Legislatura en Guam herein directs that the official expression of its recognition and commendations be forthwith sent on behalf of Legislatura en Guam and her people of Guam. It was signed and sealed in the city of Agana on the 17th day of October 2024. It was signed by our Speaker, Speaker Therese, Senator Sabina Perez as the acting chairperson on Committee on Rules, and of course the Legislative Secretary as the main sponsor and Legislative Secretary. So I'm going to ask Senator Jesse Lahan to, after I call your name, to please come up. He'll make the official presentation to you. I will ask all the park police members, please join me after you get your certificate and stay up here so that we can, at the end, get some official photos, because I think it's really important. And I said again, Mr. Chase, right, our mascot, I'd like for him to come up now. Give him a round of applause. Come up, because he's the mascot and the face that make things happen. So please come up and join us. As he gets set, I will look call the first name, and it's none other than Miss Officer Joey Terlahi. Joey A. Terlahi. Give him a round of applause. Miss Cassandra D. Fernandez, present? Not present. Yes, please. Michael M. Palacios. Mr. William M. Kitachai. No, I ask you to stay here, please. Come. I ask you guys to go on both sides and we'll make it even. Mr. Aaron F. Mazga. Right on. Kian C. Pangilinan. Here. Mr. Pedro C. Lizama. Mr. Wokin C. Mesa. Nope, don't see him. I want to note for the record, I understand some of them are also on the field. So, Mr. Anthony J. Martinez. Here. Mr. Lawrence J. Osborne. Mr. Herbert T. Pinaula. Is he here? Mr. Xavier T. Napati. Shady R. Pitter. Medical, yes. Narissa J. Pitter. They're both not here. Mr. John C. Mano, I see him. Give him a round of I don't see Park Police Officer James Marquez. Give him a round of applause. Give him a round of applause, please. Mr. Leonardo Ionis. John Luke Bernardo. Victoria Johnson. This is my nephew. Michael C. Netadog. Mr. John Kim, out on the field. Brandon C. Terlahi, give him a round of applause. He's here. Mr. David J.D. Antalan, it's my nephew. Alea Mendiola, out on the field. Brianna Paris. Good day. Mr. Jared Panglinen. Give him a round of applause, please. I saved the best for last. And this is presented to the K-9 officer to commend you for your commitment to ensuring the safety and well-being of the community of Guam. Presented it to Chase, the K-9 officer. Give him a round of applause. Yeehaw, Biba. Yeah. Thank you, Jared Pangolin, and thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen. Before we take the official photo, I just literally want to extend my undunkle and asizus masi again on behalf of Legislative Secretary Amanda Shelton and the 37th Guam Legislature for each and every one of you joining us this afternoon and on stream. Thank you very much for joining us and being a part of the 49th year celebration of the Department of Parks and Recreation and staff management, but more importantly, even their park police. So, Biba Parks and Rec, Biba Park Police, and Biba Guahan. Si Joson Bini DC Hamza Todas and Saina Masi. God bless each and every one of you and happy Thanksgiving. Thank you so very much.